He will. He's done it again.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Let's chop it up.
What's happening, family? It is Mr. Quick and my boy. We having quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
King Drew Millions, episode number 2.
Yeah, we in here. Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
I mean, man, it's a lot of stuff to talk about since the last time we did that, Ronnie.
Hey, it's crazy how much can happen in a week.
Yeah.
We say we're going to do it every Monday. And now I'm like, man, weeks be busy.
Yeah.
What you got on your side?
I mean, sure, we can just pick it up and, drive it down like we do. You feel me?
Right.
So, I mean, shoot, this RICO charge that they got a Young Thug and YSL, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what's your stance on it? I know we kind of tapped on it a little bit last week, but it's an ongoing situation, and I kind of want to piggyback it with another situation going forward. So we're just gonna start there.
Got you. Well, I think it need to be thrown. I don't think it's a good RICO case.
Well, I mean, it's on the state side. It ain't fair.
And that's another. The Fed's not gonna pick it up because they don't. It's not legit. They don't have. But the Feds come in, you got something.
Right.
But with what they got going on, honestly, I've seen a few podcasters, people talking about it, and I agree. Like, I'm from the hood. We from the hood. Like, if you what they trying to do to YSL and Young Thug, if you go to any hood anywhere, you could put RICO's. The way they doing it is like, we grew up. You in the hood. Everybody got a click.
And we was a piece of chain click.
Hey,
you know
piece of chain, little 2K,
2.
And so it's like, if we in the hood, we got our clique and all that, and then one member in the clique out here wilding out doing things, you can't just say, oh, that's a RICO. Like, most of them people, and they telling them people that on the stand, we was just wilding, doing crazy stuff,
out the wild,
dumb stuff. Young Thug, he rich, he the most successful one. We was riding his coattail. We was screaming YSL. We was screaming his name. And now y'all trying to make it seem like he this big mob boss that created all this stuff going on in the streets. But, I mean,
but and I know guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? Because, just realize, think about it, man. When I did that little old embezzlement stuff from we ain't gonna say what financial institution. You know what I mean? But I did lightweight try to bring you in, you know what I'm saying, when I got blocked in the corner, like, hey, Ronnie, drop that money out for me, man. You know what I'm saying? King Drew Millions, I need you, baby. Look at you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? That could have incriminated you, you know what I'm saying, on a later thing, but you not even. It's easy to look at in retrospect, you know what I'm saying? But in that moment, you know what I'm saying, I knew I personally wouldn't want to be caught on camera, you know what I'm saying, doing that.
Right.
But how naive and young I was, bro, I was 16, so who else, you know what I'm saying, is able to have somebody else in the same age range to drop out so much money in the middle of the night to a financial institution.
But my point is, you could put the crime on people, but when you start talking about like RICO and you adding this like crime organization, like
if we continue the activities, because you gotta think the activity started way back before then, like when we did the cell phone thing, when we hit the lick on another, you know what I'm saying, big retailer, you know what I mean, and we end up getting banned from the store for a few years.
Got you, but
it's just the perpetual activities that possibly would have led to other things that making us a criminal organization.
Okay. I see the way you're looking at it.
And that's what makes it a RICO.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because any sum of individuals that meet up on a multiple times a week basis. You know what I'm saying? To commit crimes, whether they wearing the same color, wearing the same baseball cap, that's considered, you know what I'm saying, a clique or a gang or a crew. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and ours was piece and chain clique, so all of us had custom piece and chains. You feel me? That we had bought in 2000, 2001.
Right. All right, from your perspective, you know, I get what you're saying now. I mean, he just caught, like, what'd you say, guilty by association. So he caught up in a group of people that was routinely committing crimes, throwing his name out. He even got jammed up a few times. So they like, all right, we're going to put all this. Okay. I mean, that aspect.
Like, think about it. When I had the trap spot out Crane and Russell, and you were coming through and hollering at me, you know what I'm saying? All we needed was a couple people taking pictures, you know what I'm saying? And you know how that situation ended up with me when they blocked off the corner, you know what I'm saying? Thank God I had this lady, Miss Johnson, with TSU Talent Search, said one day I was skipping class, you know, hey, I see some potential in you, young man. If I pay for your SAT, ACT, and some college applications, would you go to school? I'm like, well, shoot, okay. But after that night, when the law jammed me up on the corner, you know, I'm starched and iron, you know, they got me standing up and got all the homies laying on the ground. I'm like, man, look here. I normally shut down shop at a certain time, but, you know, these men's out here trying to make money to feed their family, so I decided to make the executive decision and keep the shop open for a little while. Granted, it was past curfew for me. I was 17 at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I went home and saw acceptance letter to Prairie View A&M University.
Oh, wow.
And that was the change of my life, where at least to a certain point, because I was just a individual at that point, changing my environment, not my mindset.
Gotcha. So all right, well, to segue off that, you done pretty much got me right on that. So with the RICO thing, I agree. Off the way you explaining it, it's worth a shot for the DA to pick up and try. I don't feel like they wrong for going at it that way no more, because I was just looking at it like, man, they just throwing it on them, but the way you explained it. Yeah. But to segue into that, I thought about it after we were talking about your college on the last show or whatever. Man, you got a master's young, bro. Like, I'm like, man, you was like 24, 25 already with it. Like, how, bro? Like, how did you get it? I know people don't get their bachelor's till they like 30.
Yeah.
Some people still trying to get at 40 anytime. But how did you jump in? And not only that, are you okay with talking about what was going on while you was trying to get this education?
I mean, that's what we here for, you know. Conversation. Let's chop it up.
Hey.
But you know, like I just said previously, you know what I'm saying, how I even got in the realm of going to college, you know what I'm saying? But I go to school for a week. I got a swanger in the Louis Vuitton bag, you feel me, trying to get it. You know what I mean? That's why I say my mindset hadn't changed, but my environment changed. You know what I'm saying? So that either led up to my future catching the case, you know what I'm saying, doing a little short stint in Harris County.
So did you take off a semester, or you were still in school?
I was still in, bro. I no breaks. No breaks, only summer breaks, Jack.
That's what was so crazy to me. Like, you literally was fighting a major case while you was in college, but you never stopped going to school. Nah. Still, like, once you got out, you was still going to class.
Yeah, still going to class. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going through that situation that dropped my GPA down, because I had missed a few tests, you know what I'm saying, dropped my GPA down to a 1.6. So that ended up putting me on academic probation. You know what I'm saying? But the resilience that I had, you know what I'm saying, I was destined to succeed, because at that time I was starting to be a father. I was soon to be a father at that time. You know what I'm saying? So with that being, I'm trying to prepare for a new individual coming into the world, You know what I'm saying? So
Which that's a whole nother situation.
yeah, and I was taking chances to make sure baby was gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was, you know what I'm saying, doing some things from other corporate companies, you know what I'm saying, that would definitely be frowned upon, you know what I'm saying? But just know, regardless if my child or not, baby had about 4-5 months of brand new Papa Tag clothes that never had to be wore twice.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew what the type.
So outside of, so I know the hustle. I know people do all type of things for money, especially when they know they got mortgage, they got kids, whatever. But where did the drive for college come in? Like most people with fighting a criminal case, got a baby on the way, and we ain't even discussed the situation with the baby, but that's a whole nother envelope the package, which I'll let you jump into that. But with all that going on, what made you keep, like, what made you think it was so important to keep going to school? People drop out for way less.
Yeah. Man, bro, I knew if I came back home what I was going to be capable of. I seen the light at the end of the tunnel, regardless if I knew the direction, like, or where it was once I came out that tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew what I wanted to be. But had I came home and stayed home, Drew, you been on me for a long time, bro. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, bro.
So you basically just kept going to class knowing that if you stopped going to school, coming home would have put you in an even darker path.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because, I mean, I never asked you that. Like, I mean, I know a lot of stuff you was going through, but then even with you being in college and I'm being in Houston, I'm not with you going through that stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it and, you know, it was just on fly. But I always wondered to myself, like, how did you stay in school through all of that stuff? Like, I see people dropping out. I mean, I dropped out of college. I mean, I really didn't. I wasn't even going through nothing serious. I just didn't want to be in school.
Man, it was just sheer resilience, man. And I ain't, like I said, I ain't never played no sports or nothing like that, but I ain't no quitter, bro. I'm not no quitter. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if I'd have stopped going to school, I was quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which is funny because that, for you to say that, that makes sense to me. You really were just going to save yourself from other troubles, which is funny because I remember you calling me one day when you got your bachelor's. You was like,
bro, I ain't know I graduated. Man. I'm sitting up going to school. You know what I'm saying? I re-enrolled in all my classes like you do at the beginning of the semester. I'm going to class. These people call me and tell me, "Hey man, we got your degree here for you."
Boy, that's
what you mean. But okay, and the crazy thing about that, you know what I'm saying? I applied for graduation, but they told me I needed some more hours. So I was like, all right, cool. I ain't tripping off none of that. I'm gonna go ahead and enroll in some more undergrad class. I ain't ready to do nothing anyway.
So they miscalculated your hours or what?
They miscalculated my hours, but my little homegirl from Milwaukee.
Because I remember you say she told you,
she called me on the phone.
Oh,
she was like, "Where you at?" They just called your name to go across the stage. I'm like, what? They couldn't have called me. I'm supposed to be graduating next semester.
So wait, she at the graduation, they call your name, and she call you like, say, fam, like, you ain't trying to walk? You like, nah, I don't graduate yet.
Yeah. For real.
Ladies and gentlemen, and this the type of people that get education, man.
I mean, too smart for my own good, babe. You know what I'm saying?
I be sitting back like, man, I should have just stayed in school myself and got. I mean, it ain't too late, but
I really ain't.
To say that you done went to college and got your first degree sitting in your dorm room or whatever you was doing, wherever you was at, with whoever you was with. So did you actually get to walk, or you just?
Yeah, I actually got to walk the next semester. You know what I'm saying? But what's
so
crazy?
they held your for the next semester.
Yeah, they actually held me
because you missed that one.
Well, the thing of it was, I was so perplexed when they told me to come. You know what I'm saying, to get my diploma. I'm like, I asked the lady in the registrar's office, so what I'm supposed to do now? Like that was a literal question because I wasn't ready for life at that point.
Okay.
Like, what are my options now? Like, what is there for me to do?
Go into this world, get a job.
Huh? That's all. Huh? You feel me? She said, "Why you don't go to grad school?" I said, "How I do that?" Like literally, I asked her how I do that. She said, "Well, you need to go apply, get you a couple letters of recommendation. You know what I mean? Find out the actual university requirements in order for you to get your master's degree or enroll in master's program." So shoot, in a week, bro. In a week, I got 3 letters of recommendation because I got in cool with the dean of the chapel, Mr. Dean Luder. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to him. He sure looked out for me. Him and my Uncle Frank had a real great relationship because he knew him through the Wesley Foundation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a foundation, a Christian foundation at college campuses. So he knew him from there, and as well as from theologian school and stuff like that. But I was in cool with the science department dean because his daughter was my supervisor at one of the little on-campus jobs I had. So I went to him.
Wait, so you had an on-campus job too?
Yeah. Bro, I've been a hustler my whole life, man. You know that, man. Come on, man. We can go back to selling ring pops and pickles at the apartment. You understand me? I've been doing this. This is a lifestyle, man. I was born for this.
Man. So did you catch your case while you was getting your bachelor's?
Yeah,
or after
while I was getting my bachelor's.
So you end up going through that, getting away with that, then getting your bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
Then you end up getting your master's degree. So you got that pretty quick though.
Yeah.
Or at least to me it seemed like you one day were telling me, man, I'm gonna go and get my master's. Then next time I talk to you about it, you're like, oh yeah, I got it.
I mean, I went into college at 17. You know what I'm saying? I had both my degrees by the time I was 24.
Cause like
I turned 25 after I got my master's.
Just talking to you right now, bro, just that alone, bro, like, because I don't know, like, I don't think you really understand, or maybe you do and you just don't talk about it, but like, it's doctors and lawyers, like, it's people like that take 2 times longer than that to get where they at, like, you know what I'm saying? And for you in that small amount of time to accomplish all that with everything you had going on, it's like...
I mean, truth be told, I was actually going to go get my PhD in urban planning. But one of my mentors at the time, he was telling me about the industry I was going in, you know what I'm saying? And it would be frowned upon because I would actually be overqualified. And I actually ran into that with just a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jobs were saying, oh, you're overqualified, you don't have enough experience. Well, sure, how am I going to get the experience? You don't hire me.
You don't think just having that alone would help you with doing your own thing, like what you basically already doing now?
Possibly, but you need funds for that. You got to think, I got a construction science degree and a master's in community development. So I have the ability to plan entire developments like the Woodlands. You know what I mean? Like whole cities.
Because I know you used to draw whole cities when we was growing up. Like that's always been a...
Yeah. I mean, but you got to think like right there, I did a presentation for Councilman Jarvis Johnson.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? For City Council B at that time for a couple of almost 700 acres.
Did it land? Did it stick?
They're doing it now. I don't work for them. Like the same development for the same price marker because that's an area that I was already familiar with. So I knew that a lot of people in that neighborhood had money from their grandparents and were living in their grandparents' house or their mother's house.
They using your
not my exact design, but a variation of, you know what I mean? Because they saw that it was a possibility. It was just me and a team of, I said about 2-3 other people that were in preview.
So do you get your credits for that?
No, sir. No credit whatsoever.
It's like, on their behalf, or it just that's you just don't get it because
I mean, get no credit whatsoever. I mean, I don't even know if the developers realized what they're developing was already a schematic design.
Yeah, because they don't want to talk about who they got it from. They don't have to. So how do you protect your? We didn't tap into a whole nother. I wanted to go, but not this. So how do you protect yourself from giving out in that field? Like I know in the music, and you know you could do the po man. If it come down, you not having no money in the music industry, you could do the po man copyright where you can like mail yourself a CD or whatever, and at least be like, hey, I ain't have no money to formally copyright it. But in that field, like how do you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never told nobody this, but excuse me. I felt defeated, and I just walked away from the whole situation.
And see, remember, like I was telling you off camera, that it's a lot of things we talk about, but a lot of stuff we leave out. But I remember your time of being defeated, but you never really. You just said, I think I asked you one day like about it, and you was just like, you just said some quick like, I don't want to do it no more. Like I'm young and I'm black and it ain't no way for me to make it. And I'm like, God dang. And me being optimistic, I'm like, nah. But I didn't know that part. You know what I'm saying? So like me knowing that part, like I definitely can see the frustration and the feeling of defeat inside.
I felt like nobody really wanted to give me a chance because most of the people on the construction field and everything speak Spanish and all this, that, and the third, and most of the people in the office, you know, opposing color of mine or have a different contrast, shall I say? You know, so I never was given the opportunity to show what I was capable of, but I knew I had greatness upon me because when I was in the Department of Architecture, the professor would always give me C's and D's, you know what I'm saying, to try and push me to go further. She was like, Quincy, you have so much potential. You know, you just come in here at the last minute and you just rush right through it. And I say, look, miss, you can't sit here and tell me what I'm giving you is C work. You making an emotional decision to try and manipulate me to come in here and do like the rest of these people. I would like on some Allen Iverson stuff. You know what I'm saying? Practice.
Yeah.
Ain't no practice.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been dealing with Lego blocks and drawing on paper.
Not the Sims. It used to be a game on the computer you could buy where you could build cities. I know the Sims was one, but there was another one that you used to have back when we was kids, and you used to build cities on this program and really. And I sit there for hours, and I'm like, man, while I'm playing like PlayStation, which you'll play PlayStation too, but you really would sit there on the computer and build a whole sit and talk about it, be excited, and we like 13, 14, 15 years old.
I mean, that's really what I wanted to do because when I started in architecture and I had that dispute with the professor, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom wanted me to be an engineer because I went to high school for engineering. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel like that was my calling.
So, with the college thing, any of your parents or grandparents, they got college degrees? Like, because I know most people, if you raising your kids, you got a college degree, you're going to push college on your children or whatever. Like, are you like the first generation?
Since my great-grandmother, you know, grandmama, she graduated from TSU summa cum laude, you know what I mean? She spoke French, she spoke Spanish and English, you know what I mean? And that's who bought my laptop for me to go to college. And that was another reason why between her and Granny, you know what I mean? Like, they pushed me. And when Granny died in 2007 and Grandmama died in 2009.
Which that's hard. See what I'm saying? Like, to say that your grandparents died right before you was in, or while you was in and you still finished like that, a lot of people quit when these things are hitting them.
I couldn't quit because I promised them on their deathbed that I was going to do this. And that's why I say, I guess that goes to answer the question that you had earlier. You know what I'm saying? Because I made that promise to them.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, my great grandfather had an 8th grade education. You know what I'm saying? My other great grandmother didn't graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a housekeeper. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother drove forklifts. You know, my mom went to a trade school. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he went to the military. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was able to get a couple hours in, but never really actually pursued a degree. And out of all their other siblings, you know what I mean, there was no college education.
So you really was on that journey alone then. You didn't really have... Because that'd be my question too. Like, you didn't really have no peers that raised you or no... You was figuring this out as you go.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I already knew coming home what my options were going to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's all or nothing, dog.
You did what you were set out to do.
Yeah, I mean, but I will say this, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not in my particular degree field, it gave me the ability to diversify myself. Because by me having a degree, I've had the ability to work in the oil and gas industry. You know what I'm saying? Work in the education. You know what I mean? And now I've also been in corrections. You know what I'm saying? And now all am I doing now is a melting pot of all the three of them.
And that's why...
But, I mean, as far as development is concerned, because developing the barber school, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't even going to talk about how I end up going to barber school. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things happen in divine order, bro. Like, just before I got laid off from an oil and gas company, like maybe 2 months prior to, I just walked to a barber school without fanning, modern barber school, you know what I'm saying, and inquired about it. And once I inquired, I got laid off. So I took that as a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe God was letting me know what the forecast would be before the storm actually hit.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? So when it came, I was like, well, look, this what I want to do. Ain't nobody gonna be able to fire me no more. You know what I'm saying? And I while in barber school, simultaneously, I was substitute teaching to supplement income. You know what I'm saying? Along with doing some other things because substitute teaching wasn't completely enough.
Yeah, you're not full time. You just making...
Exactly, man. You talking about I had a mortgage with $100 a day. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? After taxes, that's nothing. That's nothing. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't Mr. Perfect. You know what I mean? Nor do I seek to be, but I try to be the best me. For real, for real.
And that's why I'm asking these questions too, because us being a part of the at-risk youth center with these kids, it's showing them that regardless of what you're going through, you can still prevail.
And I'm a testimony, man, and there is no testimony without tests. And that's why these kids resonate with me so much, because I'm honest and transparent with them. You know what I'm saying? I do make them aware of the other side of things. You know what I'm saying? Because it cost me $20,000 to get out that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, actually a little bit more, because I paid another $3,500 to get the record sealed, so almost $25,000, man.
Hey, the best lesson is a bout lesson.
Hey, some called more than another one. That one was a little expensive for me. Real talk. So all y'all brick boys and all that, you know what I'm saying, big money scammers, I give y'all my biggest kudos and hey, all praise, man, cause I ain't built like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? I love being a free man. I like good smelling cologne, you know what I'm saying? Finessing these ladies. Hey, baby. Yo.
Nah, straight up, because I know a few times just hanging around me and you done had our fair share of middle school, high school experiences, and you quickly realize I ain't about that life.
Yeah. Shoot ya. we knew long time ago you wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But I actually, you know what I'm saying, put my hand in the fire a little bit more just to see how to get. You know what I'm saying? Once I smelt that burning hair, oof, yeah, a little hot for me, Jack. I ain't like that.
Looking back, we can laugh about it now, you know. But I even tell kids now when I'm dealing with them, I'm like, snitching ain't cool, but
you ain't snitch really. I mean, like you just kind of like.
But hear me out.
I bet.
Cause telling is telling. I don't care. You know, even if it's your homie, you don't want to call your homie a snitch. Telling is telling. If you did something you ain't supposed to do it and you don't tell, you sorry. All right, cool. But telling is telling. Yeah. But at the same time, you have to know yourself, and the people around you respect you when they know you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I never really growing up. I never really lost respect from none of my friends because they already know. Like, bro, I'm not with it. I don't want to do it. And you can't make me do it. So if you do it or you make me do it, you probably gonna get this side of Drew. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I remember saying, hey, I don't really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Once I done said I don't really want to do this, it still got done. Then all of a sudden I'm in a situation where I'm like, hey, I ain't really want to do it, but this is what happened. Yeah. And they're like, come on, Drew, man. Come on, man.
And the crazy thing about it, I don't know why I did half the stuff that I was doing, because you got to think, man, I got the word punishment out of everybody in the whole hood.
Every time.
The whole hood, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? From the whoopings to the punishment. And that's another reason why I never really ended up in a major incarceration type situation, for a simple fact. I knew what that felt like, because when we did that stuff, you know what I'm saying, to that retail store, you know what I'm saying, bro, I was literally in jail for 3 months, 4 months. You had to come visit me on the front porch, bro. I had a certain amount of time I could talk on the phone. Man, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't go nowhere.
But then that's parents knowing their child.
Yeah, they knew I was a damn fool a long time ago, man. They knew that, man.
They knew themselves and they knew the child that they was raising. Yeah. So with them two things, we got to stand down on this, because even with me raising children, you know, so I be thinking to myself, and even my wife sometimes be like, man, you being too harsh. But me knowing myself and also me knowing the kids I'm raising, I'm like, let me go ahead and nip a lot of this stuff in the bud. Nah, because the world don't care.
True. But sometimes, man, I'm going to be honest, you know, our parents don't have it all figured out. You know what I mean? But sometimes the way you raise your child can affect them later on, because I can honestly say sometimes by my parenting paradigm, I could be sometimes passive aggressive. And when I say passive aggressive, I say, like, if something's bothering me, I won't necessarily say that it's bothering me. And I may very well be upset and mad about it and everything. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, hold on. So you hold in. Why you hold in? You think
because I didn't have a voice as a child. Not like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like, oh, if something happened, what's wrong? Are you okay? It's what they said.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And that affects your child in decision making later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll see yourself having those same thoughts or same issues or something that pop up, whether that be professionally, personally, in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, it plays a major role. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. Okay, say you and baby arguing, right? And then you be like, man, I'm good. But you doing passive aggressive things, like you might do something extra for some extra attention for her to bring that anger at you, for her to initiate an argument. So you can so you can actually justify having an I'm telling you.
I think that's some.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you. Like,
I'm too opinionated. That's my problem. I'm.
But your mama allowed you to be that.
I guess But I guess it's 50-50 because sometimes I'm like, do my opinion really matter?
Nah, it don't.
Or
But
do
you were
this
able
extra
to
talking?
voice. You were able to voice your perspective,
I got you.
and that means a lot.
I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like it's just like I get what you saying from that perspective, but then sometimes like man, all that talking don't mean nothing. Ain't nothing gonna
Nah,
change.
it doesn't, but it does a lot for self.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I walk away empty. Like I don't have nothing. Like you gonna know. You gonna know when I got it.
Exactly.
Like sometimes I talk to my wife about telling somebody something. She be like, no, don't tell them. I'm like, it hurts me on the inside not to say what I'm thinking. Like I have to say it.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you know, after you say it, this might happen or this. You can't just say that and then it's this. And I'm like, but I cannot not say it because I'm hurting on the inside holding this in. Like I have to say it.
It's like it's a saying that my dad say, like when you hold a grudge, it's like drinking the poison and waiting on that other individual to, you know what I'm saying, to pass on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm curious to know how your boy did it about gonna go about this situation with him since we gonna go everything.
Hey, that was a hard segue.
Because, I mean, shoot, you got to actually think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? We done talked about the RICO. We done talked about the passive aggressive. We done talked about the business side of things. You done talked about, you know what I mean, the extra things that other individuals do on the side of taking care of business.
Right.
And you got to think, man, this man started his career at Howard University. You know what I'm saying? Promoting parties.
So, what you think overall? Like, what's your overall thought process with all of it? I mean, I know it's a lot to unpackage, but like, what's a general thought?
I mean, karma is real, man. That's the best way. That's the best way I can kind of seal it, sign it, and deliver it. Karma is real, and she know everybody's address. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that have surfaced in the media that is jaw dropping, and his name is right on it.
But I had to tell somebody the other day. We talk. Of course, everybody's talking about it somewhere. It's one of them things you can't miss it. But you know, it's been people talking about, you know, a lot of these things for a long time. But when you got money and when you got fame, when you got power, when you got, and that's the problem. People now are just like, oh my God, but like we've been seeing it, like even when we used to watch Making the Band, like
to make them people walk across town to get a piece of cheesecake in the middle of the night was asinine, narcissistic, and I mean just an abuse of power, bro.
And I remember when I forgot the girl's name on there, when her dude wanted to come visit, he wouldn't even let her husband come.
Yeah.
Her husband ended up saying, nah, look, at this point you need to come back home. Her husband made her leave the show.
Yeah.
But like thinking that, I'm like, man, but the flip side of it, you know what I'm saying, what really, you know, I'll be lying. You know, of course, everybody gonna jump off the bandwagon now, as they should. I don't want to I wouldn't want to be involved.
Imagine how many people he can actually take down with him though.
But
I mean, like for real.
But this is what I'm gonna say though. Like I would be lying. Like Master P, P Diddy, you know, Jay. Like we look up to all these people. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, got love for these people because I wanted to be that. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to be these people that you looking up to because they got it all. You know what I'm saying? They got everything. The money, the cars, the jewelry, the women. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to use it in a way that he has started using it, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, what's in the dark gonna come to the light. You know,
I'll tell you what messed him up, man. Going after them big wigs when he was trying to get that money for that liquor. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
But I mean, that's where it comes down to, like, you know, at some point, you know what I'm saying, you gonna make somebody mad that can throw you under. And when it always comes down to that money. You want to get to this next level of money, let's see if you're gonna, because really even if he beat the case, it's gonna drain him dry. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, he would be like broke. He attached to so much.
He won't be broke, and he has royalties that will continue to come in. Excuse me. But I mean, you already seeing that a lot of the shady business was going on, like Biggie writing for the Junior Mafia and all that, and not getting the credentials that he should have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you get on the track and say, take that. You know what I'm saying? And actually feel like, okay, yeah, put me down as a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I understand, you know what I mean, that part of it, but come on now, let's just be real about the situation.
Yeah. It's just watching somebody like all of the spring bling parties, you know what I'm saying, back when we was little. Because now, the outlets and the outreach to see so much with our phones and technology and social media, we got that. But like back then, you knew when you come home, you're gonna watch 106 in Park, you're gonna watch what's that, College Hill, it was a few shows, and P. Diddy pretty much had his hands in all of them. You know what I'm saying? He was executive producer, he was this, he was that. He pretty much was, especially BET. You turn on BET, P. Diddy.
He definitely influenced pop culture. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
And so to see it get to this point is like, I mean, without him, it wouldn't be a lot of good songs, a lot of celebrities, but at the same time, one thing we're gonna always touch on is like, with us taking a liking to wanting to teach the youth, just because somebody got power and money, because a lot of these people knew, but they turned their head because of the power and the money.
I mean, but we seen that with your boy, the king of R&B, the Aura.
The king of R&B, the Aura.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on now.
Right, I got lost for a minute.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait.
don't get lost in the sauce now.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
But nah, that
and he didn't get in trouble for messing with no churn.
Yeah.
He got in trouble with a RICO charge and sex trafficking.
That just goes too. Like it goes so long, and people get away with it for so long that. And to speak on that, to double back a little bit, maybe that's why God tested you so hard every time so fast, because you never really got away with a lot of this stuff, because when you get away with stuff for a certain amount, and even with me being in law enforcement, I tell people it ain't about 10 times that the person, it's that one time it's gonna hit and it's gonna stick. It's gonna hurt. You might get away with it today, you might get away tomorrow. You run the same stop sign every day, but then all of a sudden, boom, you run the stop sign today, you get in a wreck. You know what I'm saying? You may have your favorite bill. You done just had a bill. You know what I'm saying? Now you done ran the same stop sign, hit a car, and you got DWI on you. But you've been doing this for so long. It's about, so all these years of being able to get away with it to now, it's an ugly show.
I mean, shoot. With you saying that, I'm kind of glad that I did go through the tribulations, but those same tribulations built character. Mm-hmm. They helped enforce the resilience. You know what I'm saying? The drive to continue, the aspirations of wanting more in life. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know what I'm saying, like my father was an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? He had the mobile detailing service, and
I remember that.
That exposed me to the high life, as we would consider it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, seeing Miss Peggy Veazey, that had the brick company, she had a Benz with 2 tops.
Mm-hmm. I remember we used to go with her while
You know what I'm saying? Had poodles with fingernail painted way in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And you know, him working with the Kraft family and the Bush family, and you know, he went on to get the contract with Metro, you know what I'm saying? But Allison came in 01, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that kind of, you know, washed everything away, literally, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, me seeing that at a very young age, I knew that was something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Be an entrepreneur, be my own man, be my own boss. You know, so I've always aspired to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been my biggest inspiration. And not only that, he has also been one of my biggest fans while I'm going through this journey, because he's never looked at me, regardless of what I was going through, as a failure or as a disappointment. I may more so felt like I was disappointing him rather than him telling me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Which is why a father is so important. You know what I'm saying? I mean, half the kids that I service have no father or no male role model. So I do see a lot of purpose in what I do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been a stepfather. You a father. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was potentially a father myself. You know what I'm saying? But the way the cards was dealt, it wasn't my child. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what I was willing to do. So, I'm willing to sacrifice myself, for the spawn of mine.
So, you still like reach out to those kids even though they not yours?
They've reached out to me. The children themselves have reached out to me. The young lady that would have been my daughter, she'd be 18, going on 19 now.
Dang, time flies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I actually talked to her like maybe a week ago. She invited me to go to the 85 South show. But I had to decline the offer because I'm going to Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying, that same week, so I won't be in town. But she has asked me on numerous occasions, you know, why you ain't my daddy, and, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, that's tough.
Yeah. Nah, bro, like, literally when I talked to her about the 85 South show, she said, why you ain't signed my birth certificate?
Dang. Did you really have that conversation with her?
Well,
I mean,
when she asked me why I ain't her father, I said, man, you gotta talk to your mom about that. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know I was a young Thundercat giving them chips up. You feel me? I paid for, you know what I'm saying? But
so when she asked you about the birth certificate part, did you address that with her, or did you? I mean, she grown now. If you wanted to, you could. Big fact.
Okay, the way I answered the question.
Is it cool or not cool to do it?
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, just like I was honest with her. I said, man, I was mad at your mama, man. Although I had been there the entire time you were incubating inside her. You feel me? And I talked to her stomach, you know what I'm saying, rub her stomach, all 9 yards, man. You feel me? But to actually see that baby and not see me, bro, that hurt.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
That hurt.
Because it's a difference with being a stepfather when you meet somebody and you know coming in that these not my child, but to be in a situation where you feel this baby is yours, you playing, like you say, you being intimate with the woman and the stomach and the child, then afterwards to find out that's a whole nother.
Yeah, it's a whole nother situation. And I done been a stepfather too, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, me and the girl wasn't married or nothing, but I have played that role, you know what I'm saying, in someone's life.
You still keep up with The kid where when you met, you knew it wasn't yours.
Well, see, the thing about that is I was invited to the graduation, and I received graduation pictures, you know what I mean? And I sent congrats. But I didn't have the same tie as I had prior to, because when me and his mother broke up, you know what I'm saying? Like, she tried to use him as a pawn against me. And she was like, well, if you ain't gonna be with me, you ain't gonna see him and all that. Well, I mean, yeah, true enough, I've been here with him since he was like 3 years old, you know what I'm saying?
And that's crazy. Imagine somebody doing that and that's your biological child.
Bro, I can only imagine, family.
It still hurt when you put something into a relationship and a child, but it's people out here going through that with their biological children.
Yes. I mean, bro, when I started back chopping it up with this lady, she would let him go to the restroom. He'll go to the restroom, pull down the underwear and the shorts. You know what I'm saying? Be standing in public. You know what I'm saying? Peeing. You feel me? Like, hey, nah, bro, this ain't how we do this. I told her straight up, hey, go buy him some boxers.
Mm-hmm. You
feel me? And I'm going to show him how this here go. Hey, you see that little slit? Hey, pull your boy through there. You know what I'm saying? Do your business. Shake, shake, shake. Put him back in there. Zip your pants up.
And that's an intricate part that you taught him to be a man. You know?
I mean, shoot, I put on the hooping shorts. He put on the hooping shorts. I showed him how to shower, bro. You feel me? And for you to sit here and tell me you don't want, okay. Nah. Don't play with me like that. Yes. So we parted ways, and shoot, she ended up trying to call me back and want me to move back in, but it had been so many things in between there, bro.
Boy, it broke the bond.
Not only that, man, it was a lot of things that her and I were going through. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I had the degree and I was trying to stay out of trouble, bro. I was literally trying to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing odds and ends jobs. You know what I'm saying? Trying to escape a lifestyle that I'm familiar with, but don't want to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, granted, you know what I'm saying? Like, she took care of the household and everything, but she did little manipulative and passive aggressive things instead of voicing how you feel about it. You know, I get out of work at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But you want to lock the top lock on the apartment where I can't get in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was told to her, like, say, don't do him like that. He not that type. He not finna chase. He not finna beck. He not finna beg.
Yeah, that'll make anybody mad.
So, you know what I'm saying, man, we ended up getting into a dispute one time, bro, because I looked at a lady in Walmart, man.
Dang.
Yeah, we got into a real live dispute, and
That's crazy.
Listen, man, I may very well be in the wrong, y'all. I may very well be in the wrong, but I'm going to play the scenario out for you. So we walking in the store. You know how you come through the aisle, you know what I'm saying, right past customer service, right? I see this thing walk across that back aisle. I'm like, ooh, I know she cold. So I lean on the basket. I'm tucked out.
You tried to play it off.
I tried to play it off and be very respectful as much as I possibly could.
But she watching you harder than you watching her.
Oh, I'm walking through the aisle, Yeah. So boom, I come from out the aisle. Now boom, look to the left. I look back up. She look at me, square my eyes. You know what I'm talking about? She like, yeah, you better take that. You got me effed up. Woo. All this, that, and the third. I'm like, say, man.
Now, I need somebody that's going to be like, you seen that? I seen it too.
Not in public, baby. You tripping. Like, this is too much for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we get in the car. She hit me with the but now this, that, and the third. We get back to the apartment, you know what I'm saying? The sheriffs end up getting called, you know what I'm saying? And this here was the straw that broke the camel back to me. So boom, you already know, apartment in her name, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't actually got into it. Got a little on the physical side. I ain't gonna BS you, you know what I'm saying? But when the police lady came, I asked, I said, what you gonna tell us? I'm gonna tell them the truth. I said, I bet. So boom, that lady tell me to come to the door. I tell the same thing I just told you. You know what she tell me?
What?
Sound like you need to keep your eyes to yourself, sir.
Forget all this other stuff that done went on.
I need to keep my eyes to myself. It's all right for me to be physically abused, excuse me.
Cause my eyes ain't hurt nobody.
I ain't touched me tata. You know what I'm saying? So man, I called my homie. You know who he is, Young Lacey. You know what I'm saying? A1 since day one, you feel me, bro? Come help me get my stuff.
Right
Come
now.
help me get my stuff, bro. Or I end up locked up behind this girl, bro.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cold, though.
You know what I'm saying? So
looking.
with all that, bro, it made it hard for me to mend that relationship. You know, it came to a misfortune for the kid. You know what I'm saying? And
that is messed up. A lot of times kids do, indirectly miss out on a lot of stuff on what the adults do.
mm-hmm.
I mean, because as a good-hearted man, I wish I could help everybody, even all the kids for sure. But it really be like that. If I don't mess with your mom, I can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
And see,
or sometimes, not to go, but sometimes the mom was like, how you saying, to be like, I don't want you messing with him because I don't rock with him. And the child at the end of the day missing a good blessing.
Yeah, nah, for real. Because bro, like even the young lady that would have been my daughter, you know what I'm saying? She even said it herself. She say, I know you've been good dad.
That's crazy when you run into kids that say that. I've had kids tell me that, and I'm like, what do I do with that? Like, what does this mean? I know that. You feel me? Like, but then I sometimes I'm like, well, you smarter than your mama.
Real talk.
You smarter. You got some sense. You might, you know what I'm saying? You got some sense.
Yeah, you need to share that with us.
Yeah, share that, because I knew.
Nah, for real. Because bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm willing to go to hell or jail behind mine.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I know that you on the good side of things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me know. Long as you ain't antagonizing or nothing like that. Because I've lived a fulfilling life. I lived a great life. You know what I'm saying? And if I have to sacrifice myself, I'm willing to do so. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing that my name ain't gonna be carried on in vain.
See that, and that's a good one. That's a good person. I mean, anybody that could say that and really mean that, and then two, add that with being a parent, like, and that's what a lot of kids is missing. That stand up figure that's just like, hey, I'm here for you.
I see it every day, bro. I see it every day, bro.
And it's sad.
Nah, real talk. I just hit one of my kids this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's a new week. We try to right our wrongs, make the best of it, and let's be productive. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the day, I have to remind them, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got this. Relax. Chill out. Calm down. It's okay. It happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that constant reinforcement that an individual needs from a logical standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want emotional support, you know what I'm saying, from the matriarch, but that patriarch, he provides that mental stability because it's more of a mind thing. And out here in this world, you need to use this more than you use this.
Nah, facts. Yeah, that heart get you hurt, get you set back. But using your brain, your logic. But that's where the male figure come in. That's typically our DNA as a man. And when that's missing in the household or missing from a kid's period, they don't get to see that balance and understanding.
I mean, shoot, that one parent household, you know what I'm saying? It's a booger wooger. You know what I'm saying? It really is. You know what I'm saying? And you was there. I'm glad my daddy came home when he did, man.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I be sitting there, like, growing up, I hate it. It's crazy being a parent because I understand it so much. Like, now I understand why, but back then, I was happy when he got back in my life. You know what I'm saying? Came home, got my mama, got back in my life. Okay, cool. But when he actually started being a daddy, I used to hate hearing this truck coming in the driveway or his car or the door opening because I know that structure coming in the house. Like, not saying I didn't listen to my mama or she couldn't control me, but it's a woman and it ain't being sexist. I'm being real. That man walking through the door, kids get right. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about that. So it's like growing up, it's like I felt at ease when he was at work or when he was gone. But the moment I see him coming in the yard or opening up the door, I'm like, oh man, I know he gonna get me in line. Hey, do this, do that, don't do this. You know, I gotta get right. But I see that with my own kids now. Like, and I laugh all the time because I'm like, naturally they not gonna do certain stuff in front of me, or I know I'm pulling in the yard, they getting right.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it, man. How I ended up with a curfew. You know what I'm talking about? We 15, way on the southwest.
Hey,
we from the northeast, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
I mean, just straight thugging with the female though, and that was my argument with the old girl. Like, nah, my mom with some females. You know what I'm saying? Me ruining. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just we kick it back with the females. Knowing we done met these girls way out here at Funplex. Mm-hmm. We from the north side. You know what I'm saying?
And truthfully, I remember when your dad was like, "Quick, I gotta go ahead and stand behind that curfew." Once daddy said it, that's it.
Yeah. Like, didn't matter what argument I put, man, daddy, woo, she did this. She did this. Hey, look at you.
This is the rule. This is what it is. It ain't no going back.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? That's another thing, you know what I'm saying, as far as a father's concerned. Man, my daddy sacrificed driving an 18-wheeler throughout the city for a year for a 15-year-old to have a vehicle, man.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to have that same vehicle 22 years later, you know what I'm talking about? The truck deserved the BBL that I gave her. You understand me? She stayed down, you feel me? So I got her the BBL. You feel me?
Nah, but
yeah.
I thank God for, allowing my daddy to get out. And me and my brothers and sisters, like he played a significant role in keeping us out of, like how you said it, like it would have been a different life for me.
Yeah.
Like it just, not saying my mama did her best, of course. Like she gonna talk her noise, she gonna discipline, but it's something about having that daddy figure and stuff, and so many other men too. Got my godfathers, my uncles,
Uncle
like
Easky.
Man, shout out to Uncle Easky, man. Yeah. I mean, he so many, but that actual man in the house coming home every day and knowing what it needed, how stuff had to be, that structure. Like you can't.
It's innumerable. It's innumerable and it's immeasurable. You know what I mean, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk.
Nah, facts.
But I don't think a lot of individuals in this society today actually realize that. You know what I mean? Because if you actually just look at it, you know what I'm saying, the cats that these female always get pregnant by the bullcrap dude, you know what I'm saying, got 6, 7 kids. He already had 5 kids before you even started talking to him, so why would you get pregnant? He wasn't taking care of him. What make you think you gonna take care of this one? You know what I'm saying? Then your second child, you end up with a good baby dad or whatever. You want to drag him through the mud, man. You know what I'm saying? Take him to child support court every 2 years, want him raised and all this, that, and the third. Man, it's so unfair, bro. It's so unfair.
But I guess.
But I go with that statement. Good guys finish last. Good guys. Hey, man, be versatile, fellas. That's my best advice to you.
Say be versatile?
Yeah, be good and bad.
Say, man.
Where there's darkness, there is light. Where there's a plus, there is a minus.
I take that good guys. I ain't gonna lie. I take good guys finishing. I like finishing last on my good guy stuff now.
Yeah.
I like seeing, you know.
I mean, I like being in the race the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be bad and good.
Well, it's a guilty pleasure when people come up to you and like, I wish I'd have. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah.
I'm a Sour Patch Kid. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? You know, hated to love it, the underdogs on tap.
Hey, man. But nah, I mean, got something else you want to talk about, man, or what?
I mean, shoot, man, we done talked about it all, man. Everything that we came to talk about, it done fell off in the conversation the way it was supposed to.
Hey,
came together like a hand clap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Round of applause. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Want to thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to do this same time next week. It's your boy, Mr. Quick.
And King Drew Millions.
And we just had a quick conversation.
Hey.
We out.
He will. You've done it again.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Let's chop it up.